Okay, guys. Well, as of this morning, basically about, I'd say 4 hours and 22 minutes ago, the first half of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, hashtag MLP Season 9, that's hashtag MLPSEASON numeral 9, or Season 9 slash the final season, has wrapped up. Or so we think. Next week, of course, is Rainbow Road Trip, which, by all accounts, even some people have complimented on this, is not a special. A special runs along the lines of 44 to 45 minutes. This is a full-length feature. Heck, they even say it in the previews. First, what I'm trying to say is they even say it in the previews. Full-length adventure. The only difference is the animation might be a hybrid of what you get in the movie, or what you got in the movie with the animation style, as probably the effects. So that might be the hybrid of you get television effects somewhat with movie animation, or whatever. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about the first half of the final season, and did it live up to its hype? Well, here's the thing. I didn't watch a majority of the first half because here's the thing. I'm the kind of person that will watch it later on, and that's why I DVR it. And because my strategy is DVR the episode, and then later on, when you have the opportunity, usually the next day, or in some cases like today, the very same day, record it onto DVD, and that's what I did. Or you have to wait a few days to do so, then there you go. But yeah, that's basically my situation, so that way I could sit back and watch it and maybe see what people are talking about. But I also go by, now I have done a couple of reviews. I'm not going to state I didn't. I mean, I did go into Seed, I did Student Council, I think. Let me check as I look into that. Did I do Student Council? Or did I just do Going to... I think I may have just done Going to Seed and The Last Crusade. Aid and everything. I'm going to check here if I did Student Council as well. It doesn't look like I did. Maybe I didn't. I'm just checking. Hold on for a second, folks. No, I think I just did Going to Seed. Yeah, I think that's what I did. I think I just did Going to Seed as my review. Yeah, I said I think I just did Going to Seed and Last Crusade. I didn't do anything on Student Council, which was my fault. But anyway, I did do a couple of reviews, which tells you I did watch some of these episodes, of course, because of the fact that as I got later on into my DVD, my primary DVD that I was recording on, basically the time I was getting limited on time, so I had to basically go that traditional record, fast forward to the commercials, record again, 22-minute thing, except for the day where I only did like 2 commercial breaks that I had to fast forward through, and I had to pause, fast forward through, and then unpause, and then the rest was fine. So I only added on like 26 additional minutes. I mean, four additional minutes, I should say. But anyway, getting back on topic here. Yeah, I basically haven't watched all the episodes. I've seen clips. I've heard what people have had to say. That's how I've been able to give my opinion. And then, like I said, when I do have to watch the episodes, I do get a kick out of them. Going to See It, I thought, well, like I said, I stick by what I said there. I thought it was good. I thought Last Crusade was good. And between Dark and Dawn, even though I didn't watch all of it, from the clips that was shown beforehand, due to the fact that it got aired early in other countries, mostly Italy, and from what a lot of people have said, this was, I will be in agreement, this was a good mid-season finale. I mean, did the main 6 have to be involved? That's up for debate. But it does play, when you think about it, it does play on to the fact that the main 6 are being, basically being in line to possibly take over. And this is, and when you think about it, this is the main six's own doing. This is Twilight's own suggesting of, hey, look, why don't you two, why don't you do what, I think Pinky suggested, and I'm not really sure. I have to go back and look. But she's like, why don't you two go on vacation and we'll handle your duties? I mean, if we're going to take over in the future, might as well give us a test run. And, that's what happens here. But anyway, point being, from what I've seen, this did turn out to be possibly, and I've got to watch the rest, but did turn out to be possibly a good episode. I mean, basically from a story perspective, you have the main six, mostly Rainbow Dash, who I will agree, and I think what I'm trying to say is, who I will say, and I'm doing this on the fly as you can tell, who I will say, and I think a lot of people will agree, has kind of really been written very well this season. I mean, she's basically being more, I wouldn't say sarcastic, but more along the lines of being very blunt when it comes to things. She's basically becoming like a Starlight, if you will. But she's becoming very blunt about certain situations. At the beginning of the season, when Twilight finds out that her and her friends are going to take over, and Twilight mentions, what are we supposed to do without their help, and Rainbow Dash is like, when you think about it, they rarely never help. Calling them out on it. And then even with today's mid-season finale, at the beginning, when they come out of nowhere and just basically steal the spotlight from the main six, you have Rainbow Dash going, okay, out of all the times we needed their help, now is when they show up? So, I like how Rainbow Dash was written this season, so far this season. She's very, blunt about a lot of things, and I wouldn't be surprised they come to second half. Maybe she finally lashes out or becomes very blunt with the Royal Sisters and goes like, hey, look, if you guys could do this yourselves, why did you need us? So I'm not saying they would do that, but I like Rainbow Dash's attitude this season. But the episodes, but I will put it this way, the story arc for the episodes, I mean, they're not, I'll put it this way. I mean, there is some continuity in these episodes. I mean, one thing about the series, especially even if it has an overarching story arc that is going to have some kind of conclusion later on, the episodes are always self-contained. But even these self-contained episodes have acknowledgments. They have continuity. The one thing like with Last Crusade, Scootaloo's parents coming back and saying, the explaining the reasoning as to why they want to take their daughter with them now is because, Sombra came back, the Tree of Harmony got destroyed, and we want to protect you. That's a good acknowledgement of even ponies that are not always in some pony's life or something like that all the time, knowing about what's going on and being like, yeah, we got to do something about this. We got to protect those we love. And despite how you feel about it, or how you felt about her parents, that's a good reason. That's somewhat of a logical reasoning, if you think about it. But anyway, even though, like I said, a lot of the episodes weren't, calling back to certain moments in the season, I like that when we got those continuity nods or continuity episodes, they worked. I mean, the fact that you have almost immediately Uprooted, which is basically like a sequel, a follow-up to the beginning of the end. I like how they don't wait. I like the fact that they don't wait on involving the Student 6. They're like, nope, Student 6 are going to play a part right now. Here we go. And it basically, in the end, shows that the Student 6 are going to be playing a major part because they just help lay the foundation for a new place, not just for them, but for any ponies of any generation past, future-wise and all that, and even maybe the main 7 to come in and seek sanctuary, seek solace. Basically be like, we need to get somewhere safe. So, I'll look at it this way. The first half, mostly from what I've seen, from what a lot of people have described, has been pretty good. Have there been some hiccups? yeah, some would agree there have been hiccups. You know, some, I'll put it this way. Some didn't like Student Council. Some didn't like Last Crusade. You know, some will look at She's All Yak and they'll be like, yeah, it was good, but not really. You know, people will have the differences. People loved Frenemies because it's the first villain-based episode we've had. And it had a good villain song. So, and it is a continuation. Frenemies, to a lot of people, plant the seeds for something to happen. And even though it was kind of predictable, maybe in the eyes of a lot of people, including myself, that Grogar knows what's going on with his minions, but he's not letting on, to me, he's going to be playing a real crucial part in the future. The 200th episode, a lot of people look at it as probably being the cherry on the top. I mean, yeah, a lot of people were like, yeah, it wasn't that big of a deal and all that, but hey, you know, what are you going to do? It wasn't. I mean, some people have said it's not on par as 100, but 100 is fan pandering, and that was done by M.A. Larson. This is done by the voice actresses mostly themselves. And you got to admit the payoff's pretty good, especially with Spike getting the acknowledgement. So, overall, the first half definitely, I will say, was an A. I wouldn't say A+, but more of an A grade. If you were to grade something on this, or give it a thumbs up, hooves up, people would agree that the first half, with a few hiccups here and there, in the eyes of a lot of people, was a decent grade A worthy first half. And you can only imagine that if the writing staff, the creative staff, brought their A game here in the first half, what are they going to bring in the second half? And are we going to get a sample of that next week with Rainbow Road Trip? You know, that's the biggest question. But so far, when you think about it, a lot of the episodes, even though they might have had some moments in that not a lot of people agree with, and you know, even though there were some episodes that felt like they could have been done better, everybody is in a majority of saying that the first half was grade A material, and hopefully the second half will be grade A+ material. So, or grade A+ material, I should put it. So, we'll just have to wait until then to see exactly what they bring upon us in this final season. Because you know that if a majority of the first 13 episodes were looked at in a positive way and enjoyed by a lot of people, you can only imagine what the second half is going to bring. You can only imagine and predict and wonder what that second half is going to bring. And I think if they brought their A game here, they're going to bring the A+ game in the next season, in the second half. So, but overall, the first half to me, I thought was, from what I've seen and from what I've heard, overall was grade A worthy. It was a grade A job well done by the creative staff, the writers, the voice actresses, and all that. Grade A worthy, and that's all I can say. So here's looking forward to the second half. According to Josh Haber, it's going to be the second half is going to be something we're going to enjoy, and we'll just have to wait and see. But let me know what you all think about it. What did you think of the first half of the final season? Hashtag MLP Season 9 or hashtag MLP SEASON numeral 9. Let me know what you guys thought about it. Comment down below, and I'll talk to y'all later.